My name's Skylar Shea, and I am an energy healer. I utilize the modalities of Reiki and hypnotherapy, along with my own intuitive abilities, to support you in feeling more balanced, aligned, and on your life purpose and path.
And I am Adriana Williams. Welcome to Full Moon Energy Balancing for Everyone. Skylar and I will be coming together from a distance, YouTube, to bring you a full moon balancing offer by donation each month. We will be picking a different charity that aligns with our values of raising that feminine vibration and supporting minorities around the world, just to make this all that much more impactful. To make a donation, simply find the link to donate in the comments below. Continue watching to learn where this month's donations will be going to.
The culmination of the full moon each month reveals a spectrum of energies that may come through as emotions or create unproductive thought patterns or shine light on certain areas of our lives that may need nourishment and attention.
Our intention each month is to provide you with a yoga and meditation practice that helps you align with your divine feminine energy, regardless of your gender.
By utilizing yoga and our meditation at the end of the session, we will address the specific energetics of the full moon in focus and help move them through our body so that we feel more aligned and in balance.
Feminine energy is simply the feminine aspect of the divine power that is within each of us. Themes of feminine energy include, but are certainly not limited to, tenderness, affection, nonjudgmental acceptance and listening, an abundant mindset, knowing that you are infinitely cared for, and therefore there is an ease in both giving and receiving the abundance that life has to offer, heightened intuition, and the impulse to live in harmony, that nurturing side of ourselves. Contrary to the masculine energy, which is much more fiery, action-oriented, typically the energy that is portrayed in society in North America.
Without further delay, we will now get into this month's full moon energy balancing offer. All right, welcome to October's 2022 full moon in Aries. So, the energetics of this moon, what I end up doing to figure this out is I go through what the astrologers are saying because I am not an astrologer. And then I kind of tap into my own intuitive channel to get an idea and understanding of what it is that the viewers are needing right now and their energetics and with what the moon is likely creating for us. So, the moon being in Aries and the sun being in Libra in the constellation of those two energetics will likely be bringing forth for you this awareness of how you are feeling along your life purpose. So, how could this be showing up? You might have more motivation and drive to start getting things done that maybe you've been putting on the back burner, or you may be feeling senses of insecurity or imbalances within your relationships or within living conditions or in thought patterns and generally just in ways of your life that are not in alignment. So, not only in this time leading up to the full moon and possibly in the week after the full moon, what you are feeling and what you've been feeling could be related to this moon cycle, which is trying to magnetize in you or make you realize what you need to support yourself on moving with ease on your path forward. So be aware and notice within the last week and maybe in the next few days coming up, what could be rising within your energy, some friction that could be rising as a result of misalignment in your life. And you may have extra motivation right now to really shift and change these things from occurring and happening. So, during this yoga practice, as well as in the meditation afterwards, we're really going to help you to move the energy through your body that is creating restriction in order for more flow and ease to come in, and the ability for you to be more in aligned with your own purpose, and life opportunities will likely be coming through as you notice this. So, before we get into the yoga, I offer you to take a moment to settle into your body, to ground in. Maybe close your eyes here and consider an intention that you want to set for yourself for this full moon, as well as for this yoga practice and meditation. Maybe something like courage to move forward in the ways that are being called to you along your life purpose. Or maybe confidence, gaining extra confidence in order to finally take steps to remove habits and remove patterns that are not serving you in your life purpose. Whatever word or phrase comes to you, trust the first thing that sort of drops in. Allow it to be something positive. And I invite you to set this intention and then forget about it as you are practicing, allowing for the energies in your body to shift and remove whatever is restricting that intention from really being embodied, in order for you to then make space for that intention to come into your body. I hope you enjoy the yoga class, and I will see you at the end for the meditation.
Hello everyone, it's me again, Adriana. For this beautiful yoga practice in full moon Aries, for the end of the class, I'd like you to have a chair or a wall ready for yourself to prop your legs up against the wall. So legs up against the wall or legs up against the chair. If you don't have space on your wall, that always works. It's a really soothing way to end our practice and a really great way to calm our nervous system. So let's come down to the ground, beginning as we always do, reflecting inwards, reflecting on our internal state and how we're feeling, coming back to ourselves. So ground through your sits bones here as you're sitting, the bones in your glutes here, and you can imagine lifting from that grounded place, if you can see that, lifting from that grounded place, rolling the shoulders back and down. I'll be honest, I could not always sit like this, so if your back starts to hurt, if it starts to strain, simply lie down. We'll build these muscles up together. And you can close your eyes here, beginning to reflect inwards, beginning to focus on the breath. Noticing the inhales and exhales. Are they deep? Are they shallow? Can you feel the fabric touching your skin as you breathe in and out? Check in with your mind. What are the thoughts today? What's the story? Are you being kind to yourself, kind to others? Being a little hard on yourself, maybe hard on others? Just notice. Do you feel foggy in the brain today, like I sometimes do? If I'm sleepy or I've eaten some sort of food that doesn't sit well with my body the night before, just notice. You can wiggle in your spot here, maybe making circles with your hips as you're sitting, or wiggling if you've lied down. And just notice the rest of the physical body here. Do you feel heavy? Do you feel light? Do you feel stiff? Do you feel loose? Is there a point of pain calling your attention? Just notice. I've read that yoga is the process of non-judgmental self-examination. So we're just here to notice our habits, and then we can do something about them. Coming into your emotions, what words would you use to describe them right now? You can say that to yourself. Own your emotions, don't let them own you. And then we're going to take a deep breath in and sigh it out the mouth. Breathe in. Let it go. We are not our thoughts. We are not our emotions. We are not our feelings. These things are constantly changing. Let's take a deep breath in, and this time we're going to sigh it out and stick our tongue out for a nice lion's breath. Beautiful release. So breathe in together and exhale. One more time, deep breath in and exhale. If you don't feel silly, you're not doing it right. And we can come back into our breath, directing the breath down into the belly. You can even put your hand on the belly here. And just notice your breath. Deep belly breaths. You can incorporate the Ujjayi breath, that ocean's breath, by constricting your throat and still breathing in and out of your nose. It's kind of that sound you make when you're pretending to fog a mirror. Except we close our mouth and breathe out of our nose. And we can incorporate that into our belly breaths here. Deep belly Ujjayi breaths. And notice the rest of your body. I noticed I was clenching my thigh here, my right glute here, as I started to add on these additional layers to the deep belly breath. So just notice. We can do a body scan here, starting from the head and working our way down to our toes and releasing any additional energy. We want to practice doing these positions, breathing without holding additional or unnecessary energy in our bodies. We want to allow the energy to flow. If we are clenching and holding in our bodies, our energy is not flowing. We'll breathe here for a little longer. You can open your eyes and just look around the room without moving your head. See if your perspective has already shifted. If you feel a little more clear, a little more present, a little more focused in this present moment. Wonderful. From there, we'll start on our backs. Stretching our arms up over our heads, full body stretch here. Bringing our limbs over to the right, the left, over to the left. Trying to keep your glutes evenly planted, your shoulder blades evenly planted to really get this side stretch in your right side body. You can even cross the right foot, the right ankle over the left to increase the stretch in that right hip flexor and the right side. We're just going to breathe here, 3 deep belly breaths. And on your next exhale, we'll come back to the middle. Take a deep breath in and stretch it over to the right. On your exhale, working around the objects in your room, maybe moving yourself a little as needed. And again, you can cross that left ankle over the right just to increase that stretch if it feels good in your body. Please remember, in every yoga class, my words are but a guide. You know your body, especially when we're learning through YouTube by ourselves. We must take extra care to move slowly with awareness and not cross the line from stretch to strain. When we're going into a strain, we know we've gone too far. We want to take proper care of ourselves. If any pose doesn't work for you, make any adjustments you need. I'll give adjustments throughout this class. But make sure you take really good care of yourself, and then you can jump back into the next pose that you think is good for you. Let's take one more deep breath, and as we exhale, we'll come back to the middle, bringing our limbs into our chest and giving ourselves a nice hug here. And we'll take our hands on our knees, and we're just going to do this nice motion of straightening our arms and bringing our knees in. Straightening our arms. You can even hold the thighs here to let your legs go a little more. This is really nice for the low back. And bringing it in. And a gentle way to arch the back, massage it out. Bringing the legs in and out like this. Just a gentle way to warm ourselves up. From here, we'll straighten our legs out and begin rolling up. So we're just increasing that motion and turning it into a roll. You might want to roll a couple times to get a massage for your back, but be gentle. I remember when I first started, rolling really hurt my spine. I had to kind of figure out the way to roll properly for myself. So be gentle with yourself. Roll as needed, as feels good for you. And we'll come back into a seat here. Let's bring our big feet together, coming into Avada Kanasana, butterfly pose. If your heels are closer to your pelvis, you're gonna feel a deeper stretch. And as our flexibility increases, our knees are gonna lower to the ground and our feet are gonna open up here. So it's really the outer edge of the foot and the heel that stays together. Otherwise, you can let the feet open up here. And you can grab the ankles here, roll the shoulders back, lift yourself up for a moment, breathe in. And as you exhale from that straight place, lean forward. You don't need to go far to feel a deep stretch. And once you're at a nice stretch for yourself, you can begin curling the back, releasing the head, neck down towards the feet. Saying hello to your toes. If you have a block, it might feel nice to rest your forehead on that block. You can stack your fists here, rest your forehead on your fists. Once again, if you're up here and you're feeling a deep stretch, that is totally awesome. If you're feeling a stretch, you're doing it right. Use that breath to help you through this stretch. Once we start holding the breath, we're holding in our bodies. We want to keep that breath going. Keep that energy flowing. Allow the stretch, not tense against it. You may find as you sit here, folded over, that you have more flexibility as your limbs soften up, as your muscles relax. Let's take one more deep breath in. And as we exhale, we'll come on up. You can stretch out your left leg, keeping the right knee bent, right foot in. And we can stay here, grabbing the right leg, right knee, with the left elbow here, right hand behind you for a gentle spinal twist. You could cross the right leg over the left, the right foot over the left thigh, and you'll begin to feel a stretch here the more you pull the leg into your body. Nice stretch for the glute. You could even bend the left knee in. So a couple different options, and whenever you're ready, just look back over that right shoulder, giving yourself a twist. You can even breathe in, looking forward, breathe out, twist. If this is a deep enough stretch for you, stay here. If you're feeling that you could go a little deeper, we can go into our full Gomukhasana, lining up our knees on top of each other, grounding through both sits bones evenly here. Ooh! And you will be sure to feel that stretch, definitely in that right glute, but also in the left and in the hips here. You can even lower your body over your legs, but I am definitely not doing that today as I've reached my limit. And we'll just breathe here a little longer. Releasing, not holding our breath, not holding tension in our body, but allowing that stretch to do its work. That's why we're here. One more deep breath in. And as we exhale, we'll begin releasing wherever you are. And let's just come back to that position, that Avada Kanasana. From there, we're going to stretch out our right leg, bringing our left leg into our chest here. And you can grab it with the crook of that right elbow. And if this is your limit, stay here with the left hand behind your back, looking over that left shoulder for a nice spinal twist. Or we can cross this left foot over the right thigh, and now you'll start to feel that glute stretch. And again, we'll take that left hand behind us, breathe in looking forward, breathe out looking over that left shoulder. You may notice that this side feels different than the last side. And although we're using this left arm to pull the leg in, what other muscles can we relax? Are we tensing our jaw here? Is the tongue pressed to the roof of our mouth? Can we let that go? Are our shoulders tense? Can we let them go away from the ears here? Are we holding our breath? Maintain the breath, the connection to it. Are we tensing our glutes? Can we let it go? Our thighs, let it go. The calves, the toes, wiggle them a little, let them go. If you're happy here with your stretch, you can stay here a little longer, or we can go into our full Gomukhasana, stacking our knees over one another, grounding evenly through both sits bones. Ooh. And stretching from this place. You can drape your body over your legs if that feels good to you, but once again, I've certainly reached my limit and I'm going to stay here. Breathing, allowing the stretch. Whether it feels like it or not, knowing that this is benefiting you, that this is opening you up, that this is releasing things that you've been holding in your body for a long time, and allowing you to be more present today. Let's take one more deep breath in. And as we exhale, lean back and let our legs go. You can lean back here with our knees bent and let the knees fall left or right, giving your femur bone, that thigh bone, a really nice internal and external rotation in the hip socket here. Feels really good after that stretch. From there, we're gonna come up onto our hands and knees. If you can't come onto we're gonna come up onto our feet. If you can't come up onto your feet the way I did, do it however you need. And I'm just gonna come here into a yogi squat. And I like to keep my legs quite spread out, about the width of the mat here. I'm able to have my heels on the ground, but if you're up here, that's totally fine. Be where you need to be. And we're just going for a straight back here, rolling the shoulders down, away from our ears. They're always trying to creep up. That's a sign of tensing. Really bringing that tailbone down and opening up, softening. Often in these positions where we're so vulnerable, we want to tense, we want to hide. So just be here, you're at your home, you're safe. I was just noticing that I was grounding through the arches of my feet. We don't want to do that. We really want to ground the outer edges of our feet, ground through the heel, lifting through the arches. Take a couple more deep breaths here. And on your next breath, we're going to lift ourselves up. Wonderful. We're going to widen our stance, keeping that opening with our toes, bending into a goddess pose. Yes, connecting with that divine feminine energy, tucking that tailbone, and try to get those thighs parallel with the ground here. I'm finding this extra difficult this day. So we'll stay here, bending at the elbows, and sway left and right. Connecting once again with that divine feminine energy, that inner goddess within us all. Breathing for 3, 2, 1. And we'll lift ourselves up into that triangle, keeping a micro bend in our knees to protect our joints. Whenever we lock our joints, the weight of our body goes into the joints compared to being held up by the muscles. That is what they are there for, to hold us up. Our joints are the connectors. From here, we're gonna free flow to the sides. One side, coming into that wonky side angle pose as you will. So you can come all the way down if that feels good to you on either side. It's taken me a long time to be able to flow back and forth like this all the way down to the ground without falling. So listen to your own body here. You might just be up here, and that's totally fine. We're just using our legs, opening up, having some fun. You might open up your arms as you come to each side here. And then we'll come back into that triangle pose. Let's bring our feet parallel with the edges of our mat, toes pointing to the length of the mat. We're going to open up our arms, breathe in, and as we exhale, bring our hands down to the middle, to the ground, bringing our head towards the floor and letting our head hang here. You can bring your head down to the ground if that's within your ability. Grounding through the outer edge of your feet, the heel. I found myself again grounding through the arches. We want to lift through the arches always. Breathing. Breathe in, and on your next exhale, come up to the middle. Breathe in, hands on the hips, lifting yourself all the way up. And exhale. Breathe in, hopping yourself, feet together. Well done. Exhale, breathe in, lifting your hands up over your head. Breathe out, hands together in front of the chest, in front of the heart. Well done. From here, we'll come down to the ground. And set ourselves up for feet against the wall or feet against the chair. So whatever works for you, wherever you have space. You can pause the video, grab your chair, or set yourself up against the wall. I have my chair right here. We're simply getting comfortable in this position. Feet up against the wall, feet up against the chair. You can be as close to the chair or the wall as you like with your bottom, just as long as you're able to get comfortable here. If you have a blanket, you can grab that now and put it over yourself, just to nurture yourself here, to warm yourself up. And feel your nervous system calm down. We're going to be here for about a minute longer, and then we'll come into our Shavasana, preparing for our meditation. If your thoughts wander like mine just did, bring them back to this moment. Anything you have going on, anything you're thinking about can wait. Give your mind a rest as well as your body here. You are exactly where you need to be. If you'd like to, you can stay here longer, or you'll bring your knees into your chest, giving them a tight squeeze. Move the chair out of your way, or yourself away from the wall, back onto your mat here. Lying down for a final Shavasana pose. You can press your head into the mat, lifting your chest off, rolling your shoulders down and back, and releasing them back. Releasing your back flush with the mat here. Just gives your neck a little more space and a little more support. You can have your hands beside your hips, palms facing up if you're feeling open and receptive, palms facing down if you're feeling a little more closed if you want to be feeling a little more grounded. Hands on your belly is an option, maybe on your heart, whatever works for you. If you have low back issues, you can always bring your knees together, feet as wide as the mat. And that will make your low back flush with the mat and give you some release. You can lie here, and slowly you're going to hear Skylar's voice guiding us through our beautiful meditation. And this is how we will finish our class. Thank you so much.
Welcome to the meditation portion of this full moon offer. I will also be sending distance Reiki during this offer. If you don't want to receive the distance Reiki, you don't have to. Simply by setting that intention, you will not receive the Reiki energy. But if you would like to receive it, and whether you would like to receive it or not, allow yourself to just settle into your position now. Excellent. Maybe you want to stay laying down, or maybe you want to sit up. Whatever you choose to do, ensure that your spine is in alignment. Bringing awareness into your breath now. Just connecting in, noticing how you feel. Today's meditation is going to focus on lifting the positive Aries energies that dominate this sign in order to bring you a renewed sense of power and strength to move into alignment with your higher purpose and desires. Allowing yourself to connect in with your breath. With each inhale, breathing in courage. And with each exhale, you're breathing out resistance that may be getting in the way of feeling this courage. Breathing in courage, breathing out resistance. Breathing in courage and breathing out resistance. And again, we will continue to breathe in, but this time, breathing in determination and drive, and breathing out distraction. Breathe in determination and drive. Breathe out distraction. Now, you may want to bring your index finger to your forehead and simply just tap on your third eye. That is the middle space between your eyebrows in your forehead. This is the space for intuition, clear thinking. As we tap on this space, we promote clarity and we support decision making. Now, simply bringing your palm to your forehead to balance out this energy. Moving your hands back into a resting position. Removing any of the overthinking and the self-sabotaging thoughts from the mind now. And allowing for clarity to move into the mind space. Clearing away the lower vibrations of Libra, which is where the sun is right now in constellation. The lower vibrations of passive aggression and indecision making, in order to allow for confident decision making to move you in your path forward. Allowing yourself to lay here and simply repeat the word trust in your mind. Whenever a thought comes up, release the thought and simply say trust. We will do this for 1 minute. Now, dropping the word from repetition. We call in trust, trusting yourself and trusting in divine timing. Feminine energetics that can be nourished in order to move forward in your purpose and alignment with more ease. Allowing yourself to embrace trust in your abilities and in divine timing. Allowing yourself now to align with your inner power. Feeling your courage to overcome any obstacles. Visualizing a yellow orb or a yellow light coming through at your solar plexus, supporting you and bringing harmony to your personal power and confidence. Blocking away and removing any energies in the solar plexus that may be limiting your ability to feel your own courage and confidence. Allow yourself to remember your truth, burning away anything that is blocking your path forward, aligning with your inner power, and increasing courage to overcome any obstacles. Connecting now to your physical body, just tapping in, noticing how you feel here and now. As I invite you out of this meditative state, simply give yourself gratitude for receiving this offer today. Take time to consider some of the shifts that you may be feeling, knowing that everything gets to be different at this point forward. Welcoming you back into reality. Thanking you from the bottom of my heart for receiving this offer today. And I hope to see you for the next full moon.
Thank you so much for joining us for this full moon energy balancing. Again, if you'd like to donate to UNICEF to support Ukraine and everything that they're going through right now, you can find the link in the comments below. Please like, subscribe, comment on this class if you enjoyed it. A little commenting, a little like, a subscription goes a long way in supporting myself and Skylar. You can also find myself and Skylar on Instagram at Adriana Asana and at Skylar Shea Wellness. Thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you, to practicing with you next month. Namaste.